Uh, oh, hello everyone. My bad. I am getting a little bit of a late start here today. Didn't even realize that the music was muted on the starting screen, but welcome back to another Gravy stream. We're playing Valheim again today, and as some of you might be able to tell, we are getting back into our modded playthroughs. That being said, today in particular, we are starting a run that I might take a little bit of a break from. Actually, pretty quickly after we start. Just a second here. Getting things situated. As some of you may know from last stream, I've been a little bit under the weather here, so... But yeah, there was some more mods that I was looking into, and I saw some stuff that I was kind of interested in that got updated recently, so I might basically start this today, but then start the other mods kind of next stream. We'll see. Alright. Yeah, that works. I don't have an interesting name for our world, so it's just gonna be throwing, and here's the seed if you're interested. I'll leave that on the screen for a second. Plus, you can always pause and stuff if you want to, or rewind, etc., etc. But, yeah. As we haven't done in a while, let's go ahead and change some of our world modifiers. I just like these settings. These settings are very comfy. But yeah, so to talk about this run a little bit, we're using the max axe bod to allow us to throw a few extra items. In particular, we can throw rocks. Later on, we'll be able to throw like wisps, refined aether. So it basically kind of gives us extra like throwing consumables type of a thing. The Therzie warfare mod also has throwing axes, and they scale off of the throwing stat. And it turns out that the two mods actually do work together because they both use a throwing skill. I said stat skill, yeah. So they both actually scale off of the same skill. So I figured, you know, like why the heck not? Let's do some throwing axes, some of these other goofy throwing items. We'll do blah 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 things. Ooze bombs, bile bombs. I don't think basalt bombs actually do damage or anything, so none of those, but we also have some... I think that there's like these spirit bombs that you can throw, that you can craft later on. Not 100% sure though. I'll have to double check that, because that might be from like Therzie's wizardry mod, but yeah, just for today we're gonna just kind of like chill, take it easy, start designing like a base. Probably try to tame a couple of boars or something. So we're gonna need a whole lot of leather for creating like bile bombs and ooze bombs and stuff. But yeah, once again, next stream, which will probably be either this weekend, maybe Monday. Really just depends on how I'm feeling. Got like some sort of a nasty stomach bug, so it's been lingering for quite a while. On top of that, I've just been like a little bit busy, so. But yeah, I kind of noticed the mods like today. I was really busy yesterday, so I didn't really get to look into them. And then I was like, oh, you know, that just got an update. Like, that looks interesting. Might be a little bit better than, you know, throwing series, but we'll see. Nice having all this color and stuff back in the game. I missed seasonality. So as you guys can see here, our rock is like equipped, and that's because we can actually use it as like a melee weapon and we can throw it. Hey, Kurt. Yeah. Is there a reason I shouldn't have started a new game? The Deep North doesn't have anything in it in vanilla. The last run we were doing was a vanilla run. Okay, there's a lot of boars because we got a boar stone right here. And we do need the leather pretty badly, but... Oh, whoops. I was like misremembering my buttons there. Wait, why is that scale? Why is that leveling plus? That's a little strange. Should be leveling throwing. And throwing has XP. Weird. Okay, maybe throwing and clubs are gonna scale together because of the rock. I'm not sure, but whatever. We're not gonna ask questions. Everything should be fine. But yeah, as you guys can tell, you know, throwing rocks consumes the rocks, so we're gonna need a lot of rocks. at least to start off with. We want to get like a spear pretty early, and then we need flint and just get our like workbench going to get the throwing axes, which are going to be like kind of our first major objective here. But you know, we need to arm ourselves, so rocks will do for now. And every shot that I miss is awful for us. Really good that we found the pigoos really quickly though, since we really want the leather for a bunch of different things early on. Another nice thing about this is we do get to have, you know, a ranged weapon option pretty early, so we have something to get deer with. We do have to be a little bit careful though, because you know, throwing rocks is much like the spear in the sense that when you throw things, when it like hits things or lands on the ground, it makes a lot of noise, so you end up like attracting a lot of enemies from all over the place. Also, rocks are not particularly strong. Wow, I'm surprised that... Huh. The deer is apparently startled, but we have the, like, the full sneak, like we didn't actually startle it. That was very peculiar. I don't know if we'll be able to kill this in one shot. Ugh. Didn't even kill it in 2 shots. That's okay. They'll be back. They always come back. We also have like a cute little starter house like right here that we can just take over. I'm here for it. Yeah, should probably craft a hammer. Sniping deer with rocks. Alright. Alright, actually a pretty good little start here. Already have the ability to summon egg there. We're doing pretty good on leathers and deer hides already. Found a pretty good sized, mostly structured home already. At least to temporarily call home. We even have a box to store stuff in. Alright, so the flint throwing axes, we need wood. We have a bunch of flint, just need wood. I'm also going to need to change my music up here in a little. Very pretty, but it's like kind of like soft, quiet, kind of eerie music, which doesn't really fit the vibrant color vibe of Valheim that we got going on right now. It's more befitting of like a swamp or something. Okay, so first and foremost, flint axe. I want to make one of those so that we can get more wood, and then the throwing axes will start stacking to the moon. No, because we can pick these back up, I'll probably try to craft like 50 of them or something like that, just so we have spares. But you know, we can, picking them up means that we don't really have to worry too much about running dry on the throwing axes, unlike some of the other consumables. But we do have to retrieve them, much like the spear. And yeah, I don't know what kind of design I want to do for a base. Like, I don't even know what to call, like, a person who does throwing axes. Like, I don't know, like, they have, like, a title, and beyond that, it's like, I don't have, like, a theme. I don't know. Because we're going to be using ooze bombs and, like, bio bombs later, like, I kind of wanted to call this, like an alchemist, but we're not going to be getting into the air quotes alchemy stuff until quite a bit later, so I'm not sure if that really fits. Though I guess, you know, like, imagine that a Viking alchemist still probably learns how to do basic, like, you know, everyday stuff, wood chopping. Maybe not the throwing axes specifically, but I mean, that seems like just a general Viking skill, right? And as per usual, I don't like the regular doors, so. We upgrade. Alright. The home is all fixed. And if I remember correctly, we should have craft from containers in this mod pack. I'm also going to throw out some of these torches. Yeah, we do have craft from containers. Nice. I haven't played with that in a while. Oh, and the auto repairs. Not that we're going to need a lot of auto repairs, honestly, but it'll be nice for like our tools. So like regular axe. Our pickaxe when we eventually get one. So one thing we'll have to keep in mind is that our damage is going to be pretty low, I think, to start off with, until we really start like scaling our skill up. And I have no idea what type of armor we're going to go with. Do have transmogs in this mod pack too, which is nice. And I think this is the first run since I've added that in that we haven't actually had a set armor or like a set of armor from like from Therzie's Armory. So it'll be nice to just like be like, ah, yes. It doesn't matter what I make the armor look like, just make it look good. So we can play a little bit of fashion game here too, which will be fun. I'm not sure if I need this much flint, but yeah, whatever. I probably do, because we need to upgrade our workbench to like level 2 and 3, right? So I guess this area is a little bit more open, so we'll use this as the campfire area. And the houses, or the bed is also on this side, so it makes a lot of sense. Need more leather scraps. Also need to keep an eye out for mushrooms. Oh, there's some leather scraps right over there. One good thing about like these axes is we'll probably be doing a lot of hits with them since their damage is a little bit on the lower side, so our skill will level up pretty quickly. Probably. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not sure what the scaling on it is. I don't know if it's like the spear or kind of more like other weapons, other normal weapons, which scale a little bit slower. But more hits equals more XP, so. Ugh. Alright, we'll call that good in the cooking for right now. As per usual, forgot to set my spawn point after making my bed. Oh, an interesting kind of little set of islands here. But now that we've gotten a little bit situated, let's go ahead and do a little bit of exploration. Got a little bit of a lagoon or a little bit of a lake here, whatever you want to call it. Ooh, you know what? Right, we have DragoonCapes in this mod pack. That, DragoonCapes has a cape that I think allows you to keep holding the things that you're throwing. Oh, right, it duplicates throwing axes. So we probably won't be using that. Okay. Right, I forgot about that. That'd be a little too cheesy. As much as I love cheese. We're not going to be using bows, so let's go ahead and not keep arrows around. Really is so interesting how like a game just has like a completely different vibe when you add in a bunch of extra like color and vibrancy. Don't quite know the trajectory angles as of yet very well. I gotta get used to those. So we're just kind of looking for interesting things. Black forest would be good. We could use bees. Seeing where some mountains are would be good. Oh, look at that. I think there's like literally a little farm just like kind of out there on that little rock island. That's kind of silly. Free sources, can't complain about that. There's some black forest. Kind of just like hidden between the trees. Should have known about this though, because we saw this when we came in on the Valkyrie, apparently. I just wasn't paying that much attention. But yeah, as we can kind of see here, right, the normal Great Orbs kind of damage sponge the axes. It'll get better, but especially once we upgrade to like the next axes, which I think are bronze. Throwing already. Yeah, I guess the throwing rocks also levels up clubs. That's a little bit silly. Probably because of their melee attack. And we gotta watch out for razorbacks and bears. Yeah, I don't think we're quite ready for a bear just yet. It's a little bit dangerous. I mean, we do range damage, right? So theoretically we could just kite the bear, but we also don't have like a lot of armor. It's going to take a really long time, so it leaves a lot of room for execution errors. Also, I must have either bit or burnt my tongue. Got a little bit of like a sore spot on there. Talking kind of hurts. That's okay. I was planning on a short stream today anyways, so we'll get through this just fine. Alright, got a super pigoo. Sadly, I didn't see any quick and easy like carrot seeds or blueberries. Ow. Don't mind a little bit of thistle. This might get a little bit hairy for us right now. Okay, I tried to dodge roll and that did not work. Yeah, a few too many enemies trying to kill us right now. Let's do a tactical retreat. Definitely not just running away, picking stuff up on the way. That's exactly what we're doing. I see some snow. Alright, this is a cute little mountain. Doesn't look like too particularly gigantic. Alright, listen here, Bacon. I'm gonna risk kind of like running through here real fast. Just to see. Yeah, I don't see any obsidian or anything, so this is probably a really low altitude mountain that doesn't really have a lot of spawns. Alright on. That's what's up here. Yeah, I don't think this mountain is tall enough to really spawn anything. This might be possible to build a starter basin on there. Yeah. Ward Haven is like kinda in right now. Alright, Yogi. I didn't want to have to do this, mostly because it's going to take forever. But it seems you've left me no choice. Ow. I should have saved up stamina before I came down here. And this is where not having like 50 throwing axes really comes back to bite us. Oh my gosh. Alright. Got the Grey Dwarf. Got Yogi confused. What? Well, the rock does no damage either. But yeah, so as you can see, it's a slow process getting to Yogis early on. It's also running away, so that kind of works for us. Oh, hello, carrot seeds. Also, it's a little busy scoping out the mountain and all the enemies and stuff. Yeah, there is a dungeon over here. The purpley rank I think is A rank. Ranks are more important than groups. Groups don't really mean anything. Flutz also got reset down into Emerald. B and I got reset down into Ruby. But the groups are more dependent on like getting win streaks and stuff, whereas like the actual rank shows like how much you've been playing. And then the groups modify the amount of rank points that you get. So that's like why you want like a higher group, but like the actual like the group doesn't say anything about the player's skill really. D3? Huh. You shouldn't be playing against A rankers then. Maybe there's a different purpley rank as well. Unsure. Oh, you played in the park. I see. Ugh. Oh yeah. Forgot about that secondary attack. I gotta practice with that too. It's a bit of a shame that we won't really get like our first like throwing consumable thing until Swamp though. I mean, I guess the rocks kind of count, right? But yeah, we don't get ooze bombs until the Swamp. Ooze bombs are going to be pretty strong, I think. Well, against different things, I suppose, but yeah. Feel cold. Okay, so our major objectives for today should be getting egg there at some point. Projectile velocity. I wonder if this cape works for our throne stuff. I have no idea. Alright, let's get ourselves up to 30 flint throwing axes so we have lots of extras. We definitely could do the spear, but eh. Get ourselves a little bit of a gear upgrade. It is almost inevitable that we will lose some of these to the Aether at some point. Likely when we get in the mountains, and I probably end up throwing some of them off the mountain. But we'll see. Gotta make sure to look out for little huts so we can find bees. I don't know why these have so many torches in them. It's really weird. I'm not sure which one of these mods is trying to be like, yes, you need more torches. Maybe it's max axe, maybe it wants you to throw the torches. Ow. Now that's a big mountain. also do need to pick up dandelions. They are quite a bit harder to spot in the spring of this game, or the spring of seasonality. Yeah, there's just like yellow flowers everywhere. I can't really tell the dandelions part, if there are even any in here. Shouldn't be too hard. We just kite the whole time, but we'll see. I mean, that's fine too. I'll take that. Like they're just like doesn't know what to do. I'm guessing that his pathing breaks because it's like, it probably thinks that you're like close enough to hit with the melee attack, but then like he can't quite turn properly sometimes to actually hit you, so then it just kind of like wiggles back and forth. Unsure though. I am missing an axe. That is a bear. Bear is stuck on the table. I guess we will hold down left click. Oh no. What about if I stand up on the table? Take that, Yogi. Alright, not too bad of an Inkter fight. Definitely slow, but you know, I kind of said that it probably would be, right? So, predicted that. I really just cannot tell if there's dandelions literally anywhere. I think I saw some up there. I thought I might have, but the one time where we actually kind of want some dandelions because of crafting the maple. Okay, those are definitely dandelion nodes right up there. I see a couple more nodes over here. Fox, that's probably going to aggro us. Quick little bugger. Wow. I was wondering why we hadn't gotten the recipes for the stag set yet. I guess it's because you needed fox materials. I guess the throwing axes aren't actually as bad as a spear for like noise alertness. Because I feel like if I hit that boar with a spear, all of those necks would have aggroed. I feel like that aggro radius is normally pretty high. That being said, maybe we actually want to aggro all of the necks, now that I'm thinking about it. Since we have DragoonCapes, we can get that The anti-wet cape. But we need 5 neck heads for that. Okay, 30 throwing axes, we're good. 3 neck heads. I'm wondering if the mod changed the drop rate on them or something. I don't know, I think the last time that we played with the mod we weren't getting neck trophies very easily, but I don't know, I guess we're just getting lucky. I guess I'll take it. Speaking of lucky. Oh, come on. That fish was totally out of the water. How'd he get back in there so fast? Ugh. Yeah, I definitely feel a little bit of the fatigue settling in. Kind of like my like attention is kind of like phasing in and out. And for that I do apologize, guys. But, you know, I don't really have a control over being sick and not being able to sleep very well, so I can only do so much. Working with what I got. I completely spaced out. I meant to put the Eikthyr trophy up on the Forsaken statues before heading back home. Distracted by pigoos. Okay. For some reason I thought that the throwing axes didn't reduce movement speed while you had them like out and equipped, but I guess they do. Okay, so that's Eikthyr down. So next objective is starting on Black Forest stuff, I suppose. I guess we didn't really need to upgrade the flint axe, but whatever. We're here now. I feel like normally upgrading it to level 3 is kind of more of a speedrunner thing, because they actually use the flint axe as like a weapon as well, but we're not going to be doing that, so. We need more fox pelts for the stag stuff. Okay, fair enough. See if we randomly bump into more foxes as we're looking around. Don't know how much time we're going to be spending in like the meadows, but also looking for like the neck cape, but I don't see it. I don't know if I'm just blind. No, I just don't see it, so I'm not sure what we need for that. We also might have missed the window for the, we haven't gotten an update or anything, but I might have missed the window for crafting the maypole. Because I definitely have thistle. And dandelions, which is all you need for it. At least I think so. Yeah. Yeah, so I guess we just missed the window for being able to craft that, which is a little unfortunate. Oh well, no worries. It's not that big of a deal. Alright, I'm gonna try to push a little bit longer. I don't really want to do like just a 1 hour and 15-minute stream, but I am not feeling great. Okay, so we want to find foxes. I think that's basically the last meadows thing that we're looking for. And then from there, it's basically just trying to settle into the Bronze Age, I suppose. Oh yeah, bees. Bees are a thing. We do need to tame boars. Taming that 1 star would actually be really good. We're not going to do that this stream though. That would require us to just basically stand around and do nothing for a good long while. I did see that there was a mod that allowed you to teleport some critters and allow you to put them on like follow, which would actually be really good for a run like this where we want to tame critters. That's also another issue that I always have with critters. It's like transporting them is super annoying. That's a tall mountain too. I will say the hitboxes on the throwing axes are a little questionable at times, but oh well. They're kinda cool. Hmm. We should probably make a shield and do some blocking stuff too, actually. I know the throwing axes are like two-handed, but eventually once we get into like ooze bombs and stuff, we're gonna wanna, I mean, that's like, that only requires one hand, I think, so we should be able to use a shield with those. So the sooner that we get blocking, the better. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, we actually don't need any more neck trophies. It's crafted at the forge, that's why we couldn't see it. Okay, that makes some amount of sense. Hmm. Don't remember if we have, like, extra structural integrity in this mod pack or not. I don't think we do. I think we still follow the rules as normal. Means we might end up needing like some iron and stuff to get some more intriguing designs. I don't think I'm gonna get to the base construction today though. From the feel of it. Yeah, as a matter of fact, my stomach feels awful. Okay, well, sorry to do this to you guys, like, after I just said I was going to try to push a little bit longer, but, yeah, I think I'm just going to call it for today. I'm just, like, getting progressively worse and worse. Ugh. But yeah, so I don't know if we'll pick this up eventually. I don't know if we'll pick this up right away next stream or not. I'll try to get some testing done with the other mods that I was looking into and see if I can get some of them to play nice together, etc., etc. But yeah, don't know. Just depending on like how I recover. Maybe Saturday or Sunday I might stream. Well, I not sure, but definitely for sure on like Monday, at the latest. But yeah, thank you guys so much for coming and joining me. Again, sorry that it's kind of a low energy, really short stream, but hopefully I'll see you guys next time. Other than that, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your night or rest of your day, depending on where you are in the world and when you're watching this. And I hope that you will spread love and kindness wherever you go, and that it will circulate right back onto you. So, everyone, have a good one. Gravy, signing out.